Prologue. You don't know about me, unless you have read a book by the name of Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. But it doesn't matter. That book was made by Mr. Mark Twain, and he told the truth about me, as far as he knew. In his defense, he didn't have much to go on, and he did mainly get right what he put down. In the end, I made it into 28 pages of his 366-page book. I'm not mad, though. It happens. There's a lot more story to every single one of us, beyond what gets put down. For what it's worth, here's my side of things. Chapter 1. The Fire. We smelled the fire before we saw it. It didn't smell like a fireplace. It didn't smell like a campfire either. Do you know what a musket smells like after the bullet's been fired? Or singed hair on a branding iron? Or a shirt forgotten under the iron? Or a wet saddle too near the campfire? Or maple syrup boiled over onto coals? The fire didn't smell like any of those things. It smelled like all of them, mixed together. It wasn't the smell of something burning. It was the smell of everything burning. It smelled like the end of the world. When we got closer to the fire, I recognized Ma by her outline. A small black figure with all hell coming undone behind her. When we got closer still, I saw that it was her back to us. I don't know how she stood the heat. I had to squint my eyes against the hot blast, and she was a good 10 feet closer to the fire than I was. Then again, Ma is extraordinary. She's more than tough. Her softest parts are made of steel and hard leather. And smart, too. She can tell exactly what I'm thinking, just from one look at my face. And I can from hers, too. We don't get along overly well. I walked closer until Ma turned around and saw me, and I saw her against a background of heaving flame. And the look on her face said, "Not again." Starting over. We dug. We dug until we couldn't dig anymore, and then we dug some more. Hansel tried to help, but the ground was too frozen for him to do much besides bust up his paws, and finally Morfar made him back off. He didn't like not pitching in, and made sure we knew it by barking now and then. Bam! Kapow! We heard a terrific noise behind us. The sky lit up, then splinters rained down. It came from at least a mile away, so it didn't rattle us much. It just meant that the fire had burned its way into the gunpowder shed was all. Morfar paused and leaned against the shovel. "Yeah, then. We go down to Fort Snelling a little early this year." Ma gave me a look that told me it was my turn to dig. While I did, I felt snow splattering onto the top of my head. It was coming down in big, wet clumps, and that was a lucky thing. Fire can't jump across snow, and it sure can't jump over slush. Tonight, we'd sleep in the barn, less than 100 yards from the inferno, but just as safe as if we were off on Mackinac Island. I stopped digging when a metal box showed itself out of the dirt. It wasn't filled with diamonds, but it still counted as treasure to us. 4 times a year, Morfar buries the last quarter's record books near the crick, where the ground doesn't freeze as hard, so he can answer to the company in case of raids or thieving or fire. Under the records box was blankets and medicine that Ma had put in, wrapped in waxed leather. We'd have that and the clothes on our backs until we heard the ice break up on Lake Winnipeg. That's what means the Red River's flowing, so you can travel south on it. It's 500 miles down to Fort Snelling. We know the way, because we go down every year to spend the summer and get me at least some schoolroom education. We usually go in May, but this year it'd be March. Same as in autumn 33 after the last full burn down. You were a baby, Mary Jane, Ma added. You probably don't.